Hello, hello, hello. And thank you for joining me for another Nene moment. I just wanted to get on here real quick. And this is like a add-on or a lesson to the previous video that I left about your responses. Okay, the lesson that was learned is I have older young men. I have young men, and they don't really need me to protect them. But anyway, after I had a conversation with them, because I try to communicate with them, especially about my responses and my reactions. They know they mama crazy. Nah, but so anyway, we had a conversation, and I asked my son, how did he feel about that man saying something to him? He said he didn't feel a certain type of way. And I was like, okay. And I said, so how do you feel about my response? And they said, it's not your usual response, but I think you did pretty good. But, and I was like, but what? And he said, but having to think about what I would have to do if he was to, do something to you. And I never want to put my kids in a position to where they feel like they have to protect their mother. Because I always view myself to protect them. I know that I have raised them to the point to where if I need them to protect me or if I need them to protect themselves, they can. So when he said that, it spoke to my heart that instead of me being so quick to be mother bear, mother bear, I'm trying to learn how to back off some because I do have young men. But as I'm learning, I'm realizing that I need to look at them. I feel like I know my children enough to where I can look at their body language. And when I turned around and I asked, was he talking to y'all? I didn't see any of them looking like their spirit was disturbed in any type of way, But being that me and my children communicate so well, when I ask, they tell instead of just blowing it off like nobody. So he responded. But him feeling like he had to protect me is what made him feel anxious. And that is what triggers me because I always feel anxious when it comes down to me and my children because I always feel like I have to protect. Another thing that my pastor addressed in service today, that is one of the baggages that we put on our children. We feel like no one is ever going to be there to protect us and things like that, so we get this defense up like I can protect myself. And we put that same thing over our children to where our children feel the same thing. And for him to feel like he had to protect me, I'm putting that same anxiousness of me having to protect me and my children on him. So the lesson that was learned was literally evaluate the situation, take a deep breath, throw up a quick response. What would I do if I loved myself? Because then you're like, you know what? It ain't worth it. Hey, son, you cool? Yeah, I'm cool. Okay. And dismiss it. You seen he was having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come up to my son. He didn't none of that. So I could have just simply blew it off. But instead, I put my son in a situation to where he felt like he may have to protect me. So praise God. That's the reason why I said thank you for his protection and covering, because my response could have made his response worse, and it could have been worse, but it wasn't. It was covering. Another video, protection seen and unseen. God protects. So the reason why that man probably was looking at his chat and never looked up at me, because he probably never heard or seen anything that I said, because God was covering and protecting. I don't know how it happened, but at the end of the day, don't put you and your children in a situation to where they have to feel anxious or feel like they have to protect themselves in a situation that God already has covered. Okay? So have a great day. Thank you for joining me for another Nene moment.